Holy fin on a Batmobile, Batman! It's a 1 in 24th 1940's Batmobile. Wow. Made by Corgi. That's like a little Christmas advert right there. Back in the 1940s, could you imagine kids raving over this? Well, it wasn't made then. This was made about 2005, yeah. 2005 this was made. I'd imagine they had smaller ones back in the day, but we know that the Batman 66, it was the most popular one right here. This is a 1 in 24 scale. That one's a 1 in 24 scale. And this one's a 1 in 24 scale. Look at me, I'm bringing them all the Batmobiles today. So this is the Batmobile from the comic books. I mean, everyone's aware of the ones from the movies, pretty much, and the TV series. The Batman 66 Batmobile was from a Batman movie. That was like, I don't know. I wasn't born then. Can't pretend to know. But yeah, I believe this one with a big fin on, the big bulky car with a fin on, and the little puncher cowl, the hydraulic piston, springy piston there, whatever it is. It's so it's tailing the car. It wants to knock it off the road. Boom! The cowl's going to bang into the back of it and knock it off the road. So that's the third Batmobile, I believe. So let's start with this. So the initial one was just basically just a plain Bruce Wayne car, I believe, a red one. I believe that went on for about 4 to 8 issues. I'll say 4 to 8 to be on the safe side. And then they introduced this big sucker. This is a 1/18 scale, also made by Corgi. The ones made by Corgi, they've always got the Batman on the bottom. It doesn't matter what size it is. Got this. Let's have a look at the inner workings of this Batmobile. Ooh, very fancy. Oh look, there's a couple of ladies walking past. Like, wow, look at these Batmobiles. Get them insured. Get them insured, Greg. This one's actually quite pricey for a die-cast car. When I purchased this about 18 months ago, it was valued at around £100 brand new. I believe I picked it up for 40. I feel like I've got a good steal there. Bargain hunting. It's about 60 to 80 now, roughly goes for. New in a box. This one's a bit tied up, but why would you want to keep that in a box? Who would want to keep that in a box? Oh, I should point out the interior on this and the detail. Maybe I should have pulled it out. I'm going to have to do a short for the interior. I'm going to do a short the interior of this, because it's the interior of cars around then, the 40s to like the 60s. So it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I wasn't alive back then, but when you watch old movies, yeah, I don't feel like cars are the same. They all look the same now. Yeah. But yeah, so that was the second. This was the second Batmobile. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I am. Obviously, my knowledge of Batman, well, not obvious because you're not aware, but I'm aware of it. Obvious to me. My knowledge of Batman is pretty much the movies and the Batman's TV series, 66 series. That was pretty much what I used to watch in regards to Batman. I always remember the intro, and I always wanted to see like more of the other villains. I think Firefly was on there. There were so many. Was it Firefly? Was he? He was in that Batman 66 Echoes. Anyway, the one who sprays fire, I think it's Firefly. But yes, that's the second one. And this one, this big bulky thing here, this is the third Batmobile with a big fin on. So a very defensive Batmobile, look at it. I mean, it's not going to win any races, it's definitely not going to win any races, but you got the little punching cowl there on a piston, so when it drives up behind a car, if the stouty, bulky workings of the car isn't going to knock you off the road, that certainly will. The back cowl will. It's going to crush up the boot. Speaking of boots, there is no boot on this, so it's a two-door car. Pretty much they're going to have to jump in there, and they've got a lot of space in the back to store weaponry, detective stuff, detective kits. Back then, because I've read a few of the graphic novels, not facsimiles, that's like a form reprint, but just reprints in graphic novel version from the 1940s and stuff. A lot of dialogue in there, but it was more about investigating work, facing just typical crooks, people stealing insurances, robberies, that sort of thing. But a lot of dialogue and a lot of detective work went into the old comic books. But obviously the cars back then wasn't speedy or fast or anything. But fast forwarding, because the second, third, the fourth Batmobile, so I believe it was this one in the 1970s. No, 1960s. So this is the 1960s Batmobile. Yeah, because Batman's 66. And so this was the TV series Batmobile. Right here. It's got a little Robin in there, little Robin. And this one, if you look, very simple. You have to go underneath it. So very similar. So the comic books, they modelled their version pretty much off of this to I don't know, maybe you can't have that on TV, can you? You can't have that on TV and then have this in your comic books. I mean, some of the Batmobiles in the 1990s and stuff, very strange. This one's the 70s one here. So this one, in the comic books, you always get the bat cowl on the front of the cars. That's a running theme, like this one here. So this one's the Neil Adams one. Look at that. So they went from this in the 60s to that in the 70s. Neil Adams' Batman was very dark and gritty. It was like a prelude to the 90s Batman, what we see now, especially after Bane broke Batman's back. When was that, late? It was about 92, wasn't it? But it all started around 88, 89, it's like year one, whatever, with Jason Todd. But it got a bit more darker. From what I can tell, like I said, my knowledge ain't too great. But from what I've read, that's the way it sort of transcends and progresses. I've had this previously. It was last year. I purchased it for, again, this one's typically about £48, brand new. Keep cuddling myself. And the Riddler alone. There he is. There he is. Look at that. Riddler. Oh, Batman. Using your money to prey on the vulnerable. The people who steal for a living because they need to survive. And you won't spend your billions. You put your billions into maiming them and incarcerating them. When you could be helping them with your billions and giving them jobs. He's got a point. He's got a point. What are you doing, Batman? So, here he is. Here he is. The man. I love this old Bat logo. Look at that. There's just something about the old Bat logo. That's very 89 Batman, that. But it's a beautiful car. It's just absolutely beautiful. Even the fin, I believe it serves no purpose. It probably makes it go about 10 miles per hour faster, reduces a bit of drag. That's about it. Got a bulky engine on it. Look at the boot on this one. Speaking of boots, look at that. It's got all the gadgets in. All the chemistry work there. His utility belt. Bit of shark repellent in there. And that was before the 66. But that's the Batmobile, guys. I'm so happy to have it. I got it last year. It came, the big fin, it came broken. I'm not sure whether it was the person selling it. They've stuck it back on, made it look like it was attached, but then, posted it and pretended it got broke in the post. I know I could have claimed back the money, but it's all an effort, and I prefer to avoid effort. I don't really have a lot of time. left of my day between work, doing YouTube, getting things done around the house, everything I need to do, just chill and read comic books. So I tried gluing it, and then when I glued it, a bit of glue got on the paint, and then I tried sanding it off, gently buffering it off, and yeah, I took the paint off, then I bought spray paint. Yeah, it was just, I threw it in the bin. It went in the bin, and then it went in the bin. It was just a mess. It was just a mess. So I've been biding my time, I've been waiting, because I've always got stuff to buy. Just the Comic-Cons, there's just always a birthday, there's always Christmas. Well, there's only one Christmas a year, but I have to plan early and stuff. There's just always something to buy and something to do, so I'm just happy to have this back. Not even back, because the one didn't really reach my collection, it didn't go on the shelf for the others. So this is the edition. There's a Batman 2000s one in a 1/18 scale. Is it the two? Yeah, it's the 2000s one. There's another one I need to get as well. So there's still a couple more. I need the tumbler, weirdly enough, by Jada. I've not got the tumbler yet. I do need the tumbler. So yeah, more to come. But look at that assembly of Batmobiles right there. It just looks amazing. So cool. Right, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Unsubscribe, thumbs down. No. No, don't do that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thumbs up, because it helps the algorithm, it helps the videos go. I hate these landscape videos, they don't get shared by YouTube. When they latch on, they latch on. But yeah, the shorts, they share the shorts a lot more. But yeah, it'd be nice to get it seen by a few people. I don't want to end up like lonely like the Riddler and bitter with my 10 views. The world doesn't want to watch me, they think they're better than me. Yes. Right, I'm gonna keep rambling, so thanks for watching.